Rights to freedom is dead. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. Before we get started, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, share button. All of that helps the reach and the growth of the channel. And for everything you all do, thank you so very much. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to our good sister, Nicole. She's Nicole's View on YouTube, and she's Nicole's View on Instagram and other social media, because I found out about this story through her. I was scrolling through my Twitter, or some people like to call it X. I was scrolling through Twitter, that's what I prefer to call it, and I saw that she had posted this story about this black couple who went to IHOP to celebrate their birthday. It was like a birthday breakfast, and they were blatantly told that one of the waitresses was refused to serve them just because they were black. And I found out about the story because she posted it. She posted a TikTok video on her Twitter page, and then I went to the original TikTok and I found that. Then I found an article, like a news story about this situation. So we're gonna look through this. We're gonna look and see exactly what happened and then what was the outcome. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, this is the video.
Okay. I wanted that hoe right there. She keeps looking over.
Where the manager at? Why we at the Waffle House off of Buckner? It's not Buckner, off Cyan in Mesquite, Texas, and we were told that the waiter not gonna take us because of our race.
You the manager?
Yes.
Well, tell her
What is she saying, that the deck server won't take us because of our race? Why? Because she said it. She said it.
Yeah, I know. Because one of our morning servers, she's picky.
No, she's not picky. She fucking racist.
Now, I'm going to pause it real quick right there. Notice how the manager, this is the manager, notice how she instantly got on code. Instantly. Oh, well, she's picky. She's picky. Now, had these people not have literally heard the fact that they are not being served due to their race, they would have been like, okay, she's rude and in a bad mood or whatever. But it was blatantly obvious. It was said directly that, yeah, you guys are black, and that's why she's not taking you. It was said because of their race, because they were black, that's why she wasn't going to take them. And immediately, the manager, and this is how you know the manager is complicit with this, because it's not just this one little lady, and this is something that we talk about all of the time. Racism is a team sport. They're all in on it. One person might commit the act, but everybody else around is trying to cover for that person. Everybody's around trying to save face. Everybody's around trying to make excuses and move the goalposts, instead of her saying, oh, well, you know, she's picky. Oh, she's picky. That's her playing defense. Immediately she did that. She's trying to get on code. But let's continue.
So why is she working here if she's racist? Because you can't.
25 years.
I don't give a damn if she been here, if she the owner.
And thank you. What does you being there for 20? First off, that's a big problem. If this is your disposition to black people at a restaurant, who knows how many other black couples have come through there and she's mistreated them or refused to serve them. And if she's like this, Lord knows what they're doing in the actual kitchen. I don't even want to imagine all of the disgusting, because I'm very certain if you have one that's so blatant like that, there's a lot more who agree with her. And I'm not even going to give the manager the benefit of the doubt and say the manager doesn't agree. There's a lot more who are waiters and waitresses and people in the kitchen cooking the food who agree. It's never, ever, ever just one. The same way you see with the police and the police stations, it's never just one bad cop, one bad apple. It's never just one. So, and you can clearly tell by the way the manager is immediately trying to play the defense attorney. Oh, yeah, she's picky. You know, she's a moody. She's an older woman, you know, stuck in her way. Notice, and this isn't the only time, 25 years. Why would IHOP, if this is her disposition to black people, why would IHOP allow her to stay in that establishment for 25 years? And people clearly, because it's not like the manager is surprised by this, by the reaction that she's having. This is something that she's been told several times, so she instantly knew what to say. So why is everybody cool with this? Is this not a problem? Does the manager not see this as the problem? Does corporate not see this as a problem? 25 years, this is clearly not their first complaint about this lady. And I'm using the word lady liberally, but you know, this individual, why was she allowed to stay that long? That opens the rabbit hole is going deeper even there. She's putting her own foot in her mouth. But let's continue.
You sit here telling me that y'all know that a person work here and won't take customers because of their race, and that person is still here because of their seniority?
No, I mean, she's.
Corporate.
I can't control what my manager does. My GM, my owner.
So you saying the owner and the GM are aware of that and they okay with it?
Yeah, she got a corporate complaint about it.
Okay, right there. Let's say that's true. Yeah, she got a corporate complaint. Now she's trying to defend herself. Well, you know, I can't really control, and that's what they do. Well, you know, this is not really my decision. It's not really up to me. I can't really, you know, fire. I really don't have that authority. I'm sorry. I really don't have that authority. But your initial reaction shows whether you have the authority to fire her, suspend her, or whatever. Whether you have that authority or not, you're complicit with her behavior because you excuse her behavior. If her behavior disgusted you, if her behavior disturbed you and bothered you, you would not be defending her like, well, you know, she's picky. Oh, she's been here for that long. And then when the black lady kept pushing about it, then she's like, well, it's really not up to me. It's out of my hands. I mean, it's corporate, you know. But she wound up saying, now let's say this is true, she wound up saying that corporate has gotten complaints about her. So this goes even further up than this one little establishment. Because if the corporate of IHOP, the owner of IHOP, the CEO of IHOP, if this has gone up to the big tables and stuff like that, and they're saying you have a waitress that is literally refusing to serve anybody that is black just because they are black, and you're allowing her to stay there for 25 years, then all of y'all need to be checked. And to be very honest, I believe what she said was true. I believe that there has been several complaints about her, not just to the manager, the shift manager, but also to the owner and even to corporate as well. I believe that. Let's continue.
But she has to take them. She has no choice, but she everybody has no choice. We can't deny tables when we're servers.
So why she come out here and tell us?
She just said when we came in, she said y'all have to cash out before I put y'all's, as soon as I put y'all's order in, because I'm leaving in 8 minutes. When she came back, I was like talking to him, and I'm like, well, I don't feel comfortable cashing her out, and I don't know how her service is going to be. We'll just wait for the next waitress. She was like, well, that can't, because she's not going to serve y'all because of y'all's race.
I want to say before that, because what she's saying is there was another waitress that, and I guess when they got there, the shifts were about to change. And when they got there, one of the waitresses was about to leave. And she was like, well, I can take your order, but after that, I got to cash you guys out. That means you guys pretty much got to, I'm going to give you guys the check and you guys got to pay like right then and there. Normally, when you go out to eat, you order your food and you cash out, you pay for everything when you're about to leave, when you're done eating and everything, when you're about to leave. She's saying, I'm about to leave, so I need you, if I take your order, you're going to have to pay right then and there as soon as I take your order. because I'm leaving in 8 minutes, and more than likely the food may not, depend on what they order, may or may not be done in 8 minutes. So that's what they're saying. But that, to me, that's kind of bad service. That and that's a little rude. Like, I would be off put by that. Like, that's not good service to me. Like, to say, oh, if y'all doing it, I'm gonna have to cash you out right now. Like, okay, that's not really good customer service, to be honest. If anything, you could say, I can take your order, but I am going to be leaving, so you might need another waitress to come. There might be a replacement for me after the fact, or you all might want to wait, or I can see if another waitress will take you, because I'm not about to be here that much longer. I mean, just the way, and she might be racist as well too. Maybe not as racist to the point where she won't take their order, but if that's what the environment is like. But I find that to be kind of rude. And then she said, oh, well, you're essentially going to have to go through me, because the waitress coming after me won't even take you at all because you're black. So that's what the lady just said.
All right. If not, I'll take you. I don't care.
Nah, I don't even want to eat here.
And what type of response is that? You know what? I'll take you. I don't care. What? And I'm glad. I'm actually very glad that the black lady was like, I don't want to. Because why would you? I would be honestly disappointed. I would really be disappointed if they were all like, okay, well, fine. I'm just super hungry. I'm glad that they had enough self-respect not to eat at that restaurant. You're not gonna sit up there and be tossed around between waitresses like you're some type of thing. Like you're some type of thing that bothers them, that disgusts them, that nobody wants to touch. That's the forbidden table that nobody wants to go to. Nobody wants to take your order. Oh, that's the black family. Nobody wants to. No, I'm not gonna pay this establishment if this is how I'm being treated. No. And I'm glad that they have had the enough self-respect and dignity not to eat at that restaurant. And the manager's thing is like, oh, well, fine, I'll take it. What? Okay, but let's continue.
Because that don't even make no sense. I don't understand how that even works. Y'all have a person working here, and you're saying your corporate and your GM are aware of that, and it's okay.
Let's get her name.
Yeah, I need her name and your name.
And the
Not
other
my
girl
name, because
name.
I just now came over here.
Right, but you're the manager.
Well, there's 4 of us here.
I needed everybody's name.
And that girl right there, the one that's supposed to serve us. But she said she's going to be gone in 8 minutes, and she's just still here.
I need.
See? And this is what I said. The other one might be racist as well, too. Because that environment, let me tell you, that racists, they're comfortable in environments where there are other people around who share their twisted, sick ideology. If they're the only one around who has racist ideology, who has racist thoughts, racist beliefs, they just won't say anything. They'll only confess their thoughts, beliefs, and ideologies if they feel like other people around them share that. So the fact that she's openly able to talk to other waitresses, and the other waitress just let her know, like, oh yeah, well, she's racist, so she's not really going to take you, means that it's very open and comfortable for her, which more than likely means that the waitress that was about to take their order was probably shares the same racist, anti-black thoughts and beliefs that she does. And the fact that she lied, hey, I gotta cash you out right now because I'm about to leave in 8 minutes. And then the black guy was all like, well, she said that we needed to be cashed out almost immediately. She's about to leave in 8 minutes. It's been 8 minutes and she's still here. So why do we need to cash her out immediately? This is terrible service. Absolute bad service. I am glad, though, that they asked for the managers' names, because too often when we see videos like this, we see people who try to get clout and attention and who do the most and be all like, I can't believe this is happening in 2024. This is ridiculous. There's too often that happens. When these things happen, you need to get the names, you need to get the location, and they have the location in the caption thing on the thing. You need to get the location. This is what happened, all of the information, because that makes our job much easier. So that was good for them to do. You need to get the names of everybody. Her name, your name, her name, all of these people's names, Because when you file the complaint, then they're going to be like, well, we don't know who did it. There's really nothing we can do. You need to get names. Anytime this situation happens, you need to get at the least the names. Okay, you need to get at least the names of the people who are at the manager, especially at least the manager's name. You need to get the manager's name because it all falls back onto them anyway. All right, because the manager will they'll spill the beans on everybody, but you need to get every bit of information. But let's continue.
Everybody's name, and I need the corporate number.
You need that offline because we don't have it. That's what we get.
Okay, well, what's your name?
My name's Harmony.
Okay. And
that's ironic.
What's the other manager's name?
Hey, come here, girl. Say, come here. What's your name?
Candace. Y'all, I don't understand that. And y'all okay with working with somebody like that?
And what's the other lady name that's racist?
She's not here yet.
But what's her name?
Helena.
So how y'all gonna say she ain't?
Do you see the amount of defense she instantly tried to give? Oh, what's the name of the lady that's racist? Oh, she's not here yet. She don't get a name until she gets there. Is that what you're trying to say? Notice how this is multiple times the manager is sitting up there trying to play defense attorney. What's her name? She's not here yet. Excuse me, ma'am. She has a name whether she's here or not here. Do you see how on code this manager is?
Don't take her if she ain't even here.
Because they already know.
She's the first server that comes in.
They already know how she is.
Doesn't get along with me and I'm a mutt.
What's her name?
Because you're Hispanic?
I'm not just Hispanic. I'm black, white, and Hispanic.
Look, the 3-card Monty. They play that 3-card Monty. Well, hold on now. I'm not just Hispanic. Hispanic is, first off, not a race. I'm black, white, and Hispanic. Really? Really? What side is the black side? Really? You're black, white, and you're all three. The whole, this is what they do. Because anytime they're caught when it comes to racism and anti-blackness, what they try to do is deny their whiteness. They try to deny their whiteness because they know their whiteness makes it, has a connection to their racism and their anti-black beliefs. So they try to color themselves up. Essentially, that's what they're coloring themselves up. Hold on, now I'm Hispanic, and my grandma's cousin is black, so I'm a little black. I like fried chicken, so I'm a little black. I am white. I can't deny it. They play that game when you try to press them on their racism. Well, hold on, I'm black, white, and really, I'm black, white, Hispanic. I'm a little bit of Asian. I'm kind of Filipino. I'm a Native American as well too. And okay, all right, trying to color yourself up.
I'm white.
Platinum white hair.
Atlanta is Atlanta.
Helena. She's not German.
She's
Ukraine.
not?
She's Ukraine.
Ukraine.
What does it matter? Okay.
Yeah, we just finna go.
Now, notice, I'm going to be honest. She said Ukraine. Now, remember when the thing with Ukraine and Russia, we're not going to get too into that, but when the thing with Ukraine and Russia that popped off, they were all like, well, black people, come on, you got to have some sympathy for Ukraine. If we don't know, but if this lady is Ukrainian, this is what happened. This is the anti-blackness coming from Ukraine, while we're supposed to sit here and open our hearts and our pocketbooks, essentially, and allow our reparations to take a back seat so America can fund money to Ukraine, and Ukrainians come over here and this is how they treat black people. All right. So if she is Ukrainian, which it don't really matter, but that is telling if she is.
IHOP, Alsane, and Grand Jacinto, whatever that is. IHOP, don't bring y'all ass here. They are fucking racist and they don't like black people. Black, if you're not white, she will not serve you. And I was made aware that the corporate office and the GM are aware of it by the manager on duty.
Okay. I like the way they executed that video. You know, I can tell she shot it in a way, because if she tried to like show the managers, she showed the manager's face enough, and that was good. But if she tried to do it more, they would have been like, put the camera down, we don't consent to being recorded. It would have been that thing. So she did a good job with recording it, but kind of trying to play like she wasn't recording it. That's good enough. She got enough of the details. She got their names. That's very important. At the end, she got their address. She showed the address, asked the right questions. Oh, so you're saying corporate is cool with this too? Like, let's unveil every aspect of this problem, because it's clearly not just a local problem. If corporate is around, and corporate is the one who is supposed to be supervising, managing, and overseeing all of their individual branches of IHOP, and they're allowing this to go on, so this is clearly corporate's responsibility as well. So they did a good job by getting the names. They did a good job by getting the address. They did a good job by leaving, by exposing the other lady who's all like, hold on, I'm black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, Irish, Italian, Greek, German. Like, okay. All right, good job with that. Now we have the news. Eventually they picked it up, because this TikTok went really big. So the news picked it up, and the news made a story about it. So we're going to check that out and see what happens there.
Restaurant chain in Mesquite fired after a waitress was accused of not serving a couple because of their race.
So she was fired, and that's good.
Our Amelia Magavro again tonight, sitting down with that couple who explain what they say happened to them.
That is a very traumatic experience, and you don't know what your thoughts or reactions are going to be until you actually experience something like that.
Keisha Mitchell and her boyfriend Elvis Pauley say they're still in disbelief after a birthday breakfast at their local IHOP in Mesquite turned into something they never expected.
When we got to the restaurant and we were told that we were not going to be serviced because of our color, it is a shock, and your brain is not processing what you're hearing.
Mitchell says another employee even admitted that their waitress wouldn't.
The only thing that I can say is that even though these people didn't have the whole, I can't believe it, we black and we pay taxes and that just hurt my feelings, they didn't do that. All right, they didn't. So I will give them their credit for that. However, when it's too often when the news comes, folks get on camera and then they start saying stuff like, oh, it's just so shocking. Don't use the word shocking and surprising. Like, y'all didn't act like out of pocket, like y'all couldn't believe it then, but just be aware that these things happen on a very regular basis. You can't be surprised and thrown off guard by this. Now, they, like I said, and I gave them their credit for the way they responded to it, but just to get on all, it's shocking. No, I mean, when you look at the news every day and you see hate crimes and instances like this happening on the regular basis, it can't really be that shocking. So let's not use that word. That's really the only thing I have. I really don't want to press it that hard, but let's tighten up with the language.
Serve them because they are black. Mitchell even recording the conversation with the manager for social media.
On our morning server, she's picky.
No, she's not picky. She's racist. She didn't want to say she was racist. She said, oh, she's picky. No, that's not being picky if you're selecting only a certain group of people that you want to serve.
The manager told Mitchell and Pauley the waitress has worked at that IHOP for 25 years. IHOP franchise Anthrapper Restaurants sent us a statement saying, in part, we have fully investigated this matter and taken appropriate actions, including termination of the employees involved. This isolated incident is not reflective of our ongoing commitment to our guests and team members.
Can't tell if the situation has already been brought up to corporate, if the waitress was already, her behavior, her anti-blackness was already brought up to corporate and they didn't do anything. I can't tell that this is not reflective and representative of the thoughts and beliefs of the actual corporation of IHOP. I can't tell.
Paulie and Mitchell say IHOP did the right thing with firing the waitress, but says the damage is already done.
It's just like a traumatizing feeling, you know, you can't get it out your head. And I'm having sleepless nights, even though I got to go be up work, but you know, it's draining.
It opened the door that I never wanted to walk through. So it's like, really, have we come far as we think we have, or is it just being hidden more?
Now, the couple says through social media, they learned that not only the waitress was fired, but also the manager and another employee. The owner of this franchise also saying that they plan on doing anti-discrimination and anti-harassment training in the future. In Mesquite, Millie McGavro, CBS News, Texas.
Listen, all that anti-discrimination classes and teaching, and no. Look, no. I'm glad, though, that the people involved were immediately punished for. I'm glad. They said another employee, I'm pretty sure that was, what's her name? Candace, the woman who's mixed with every single race and ethnicity in the world. That woman, you know, I'm pretty sure she was probably the other employee who was fired as well, which is good. And the manager, that's good. And of course, the racist lady, that's good. All of that is good. Now, this needs to be the standard, okay? You need to have people like the whole no. You need to have somebody, what they need to do now. This is what some other like third party, because not IHOP clearly, but some other third party corporation or something needs to do. They need to send independent investigators. Like, you know, there's a TV show, I think it was called Undercover Boss or something, where a boss goes in and they disguise themselves as like an employee. This is what needs to happen when it comes to IHOP, because clearly, if this establishment feels this way, I sincerely doubt it's just these three people who know about it or who feel this way about Black people, and who knows how many other branches feel this way, because clearly corporate is okay with it. Corporate permitted it. Corporate allowed this woman to stay in their franchise and work and really represent, because as you're working, when you put that uniform on, you are representing the franchise. So they allowed this racist anti-Black woman to represent their franchise for 25 years. So what's going on with corporate? So they need private investigation and the investigators to go into these facilities, go into these restaurants, establishments, and even in corporate, on the corporate level itself, and to do more thorough investigations. And these things happen to other franchises and other places all the time, where they said like, okay, we're caught, it's all over social media, we're gonna get rid of a few of y'all, and then we're gonna say, okay, we did it, we'll wash our hands, we're done, it's good, we're good. Okay, we're gonna have play the Martin Luther King speech, and then we're gonna be fine. Okay, everybody's gonna be good. No, more needs to happen with this. Okay, because clearly this has been a complaint for a while. Clearly it's been a complaint for a long time. If it's gotten up to corporate and they said, well, we cool. So something needs to happen besides those people needing to be fired. And another thing, when people say things like, you know, racism is really no racism. This is the same thing that they were doing 60 years ago. And I'm glad she said that thing. Like, how much progress have we really made? When people say things like, well, you know, racism isn't as bad as it used to be. I mean, there was racism before the civil rights movement and all that stuff. Yeah, there was a little bit of racism here or there, but now there's really none. But when you see that, when you see stuff like this, this is how they used to treat Black people 50 years ago, 60 years ago. You go into there was a lot of, you couldn't even go into their establishments. Had it been their way, they wouldn't allowed any Black people in there, but they can't do that. But what they're going to do is they're going to say, you know what, you can come in, we're just not going to serve you. We're literally just not going to serve you. That's the way Black people were treated in the past. And we have situations like this happening on the regular basis. And I'm going to be honest, how often do you, because they want to do the people of color thing, how often do you see situations like this happening with people who are not Black? Because they claim every non-white person faces really equal discrimination. So how often do you see Asian couples or families go into a restaurant and are told we're not going to serve you because you're Asian? How often? And I can guarantee you for every one case is like 5 cases when it comes to a black family or a black couple. While they're trying to make it seem like people of color, minorities, all of these things are all in the same boat, and they're not. They are not. Family, I want to know what you all think about this situation in the comment section below. What do you think about what the couple did? What do you think about what IHOP did? What do you think can be done to prevent these types of situations to happen next time? And I'm going to be honest, I think this also goes to make the case for our reparations. If we had our own IHOP establishments, if we had our own stuff like this, this stuff wouldn't happen. So this also goes to fuel the fire of our reparations. But that's my opinion. I want to know your opinion. So let me know that in the comment section below. Also, you should be following me on my various social media platforms, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and then the Afro Elite on Twitter. And the links to both of those are in the description below. Before you all leave, please do not forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so, and also make sure you are subscribed. Double check, because you might have hit it once and then magically you just unsubscribe. So double check, make sure you're subscribed. Also, hit that notification bell. That is very important as well too. It helps the algorithm. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Just say something in the comments. All of these things help the algorithm as well too. Now, with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, be one salute to every single last one of you all, and you all have a good one.